Good morning, everybody. You are currently listening to a Tall Girls podcast hosted by a tall girl named India. I hope everyone is doing super fantastic today. I know I am because today's episode is actually my 50th episode on this podcast. Yes, 50 episodes. One per week? 50 weeks? About 50 weeks? I know that there was 1 week where I had like 2 episodes possibly, or even 3. But you know what? We're just going to say around 50 weeks. It doesn't matter. 50th episode. I really did not think that I would have gotten this far into this podcast. When I first started, I just thought, okay, maybe like 1, 2, 3 episodes, 4, 5, whatever. Like, let's just see what happens. But here we are today. And I am so happy and so proud of how far I've come. And quite frankly, how far we've come. How far all of us, the people listening as well as me, how far we've come together. If you're from day one, or even if you're just, listening to this for the first time. So I just want to thank you so much for being here. Shout out to you. Like I said before, if you've been here since day one, and shout out to you if this is your first ever episode. It really does mean a lot for me, for all of you guys to be here with me on this journey. So thank you. Anyways, enough of that. Today's episode is actually a request from a follower on Pinterest. So shout out to her. As you can see by the title, we will be talking about what to do when people are rude to you because of your height. Now, before I get started, I just want to say if there's a specific episode that you want me to speak on, something you want to hear, a specific topic, be sure to hit me up on my socials at A Tall Girls Podcast on Instagram, Pinterest, or TikTok, I should say, and just send me a DM. They'll all be linked below in the description box so you can navigate through that with ease. Now, back to the topic. I've been there. We've all been there. At this point, it really doesn't matter your height. If you're tall, you get ridiculed. People make fun of you. If you're short, you're ridiculed. People make fun of you. Even if you're average height, somebody will find a way to ridicule you and make fun of you for being average height. There's really no way of getting out of it. People, for some reason, find reasons to just insult any aspect of you, especially the ones that you can't control. But specifically going back to being tall and my experience, people have called me names like freaky giant or tree or cyclops. People have made fun of me for my long legs, calling me Bambi or daddy long legs. Part of it was because the whole leg situation was because I used to be clumsy, but honestly, any child growing up is clumsy. They're just not used to their limbs and they're growing at a pretty fast rate, So it's kind of expected for younger kids to be clumsy. Or honestly, everybody in general to be clumsy. That's just how life is. Sometimes you just happen to be clumsy, But random people used to come up to me in the hallways and ask me if I played basketball, fully knowing that I did not play anymore at that time. Because if you didn't know, I actually used to play basketball until I was 12, and that's when I switched over to tennis. But they decided to ask me if I played basketball anyways for just a quick laugh. Or you have others telling me I should play basketball instead of playing literally any other sport, or because I'm also interested in music, or playing music. And I was dumb for quote unquote quitting. I've even had older women come up to me and tell me that I'm never going to find a husband being that tall. Men love short women. And I'm just sitting here like, what the heck is going on? Are these people serious? Do people like this actually exist? It really baffles me. And yeah, they are serious. Other times they just want a reaction, but a lot of time see, it really depends on how they've grown up. Like the old people, the older women telling me, yeah, men love shorter women. Like it's 2022. Like, let's get past this, please. Let's get past this. But whatever they were told in their childhood, they just stuck with till the end, you know? But other times, a lot of people just want a reaction out of you. And that leads me to my first tip. And that is, don't react the way that they want you to react. People do this just to get some type of negative reaction from you. They want to get you into trouble, or they want to label you as a hypocrite. They want to see that they have control over your emotions. That last part, that's a little concerning if you ask me, but they want to see that, oh, like, I have some type of power over this person in this moment. What can I do with it? But in reality, they don't. You see, okay, so there's this TikTok trend going around right now. By the way, you should totally follow me on TikTok at A Tall Girls Podcast. But there's this trend going on that's like, don't let them know your next move. So they go, let's say, for example, they're driving a car. They put their right blinkers on to signal that they're going to make a right turn when in reality they make a left turn. Just don't let them know your next move, okay? And that's basically it. Like, don't go screaming and hollering at them. Don't call them names or anything, because honestly, you'll be just as bad as them. They're not worth your time, they're not worth your breath, and they're not worth your energy, okay? So take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out, let it all out, count to 3, and come for, well, at least try to come from a place of compassion, because a lot of the time this behavior stems from distaste or disgust about themselves, within themselves, and they feel the need to take it out on others. So, number 1, stay calm. And next, it's important to be careful with how you respond with your words. Okay, like I said before, don't go yelling at them, calling them mean names and all that good stuff, you know? Devote your energy to much better things, okay? We don't have time for that. We don't have time for the negativity. And you don't want to stoop down to their level. The key here is to be the bigger person, both literally if you are taller than them and figuratively. So set some healthy boundaries. Let the person know that you deserve some respect. You can say something along the lines of, I don't appreciate you calling me that name, or I don't appreciate you speaking to me that way or in that tone. Please do not do it again. I would not do that to you. Something along the lines of that. Doesn't have to be exactly that, but whatever fits you, whatever comes to your mind first. And just something that lets them know that they do not have the right to talk to you in a disrespectful way, but you're not going to sit there and just want to argue with them or fight with them or just give them whatever reaction that they're seeking. I don't know. It just, for some reason, it really just gives them some type of satisfaction, but it is what it is. And then after you voice that, just walk away with your head held high, because like I said before, we do not have time for this negativity from the outside world, okay? A lot of us are already dealing with negativity from the inside. So dealing with the negativity from the outside kind of just makes things worse, and we don't need that bringing us down, okay? But now if it escalates, or if it continues, or they even try to get physical, that is when you need to tell somebody, okay? A parent, a guardian, a teacher, a trusted friend, an older sibling, somebody, even the police, if they bully you online or if they touch you in a way that you don't like, you can file a report. Yes, you can file a report. And a lot of times that is so important because it can really save your life in the future. Trust me on that one. And I definitely don't recommend fighting them unless it's literally like do or die, like they're threatening your life. They're trying to actually destroy you. Okay, that's when you have to do what you have to do to save your life. But yeah, other than that, just keep yourself calm, composed, voice that you don't like being treated or spoken to that way, and just move on with your life, because we just, like I said, I've been saying this over and over, not even just in this episode, we do not have time for this negativity and from the outside world. So yeah, those are just a few tips. I hope you find them super helpful. Of course, if you want me to do another part to this or give more tips, just let me know. As always, feel free to hit me up on my socials at A Tall Girls Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. You can also let me know what you thought of this podcast episode, or what you just think of this podcast in general. Or if you just want to talk, let's talk. I'm here for you. And also, if you'd like to leave a review on my podcast and let me know how tall you are, make sure you do so. Everything will be linked below. The link to writing a review, the link to all my social medias. You can just check them out. I absolutely love reading through all of your DMs, all of your comments, all of your reviews, and just understanding the spectrum of heights that actually listen to my podcast. Turns out quite a few of you are around my height, around the same height as me, and I find that super awesome. Height twins. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Good night and goodbye.